Hi guys, welcome to Choose Me Tuesdays. I'm Mahoshima Panyani for those who don't know, and I'll be your host today and every other Tuesday for this edition of the hashtag The Goal Is Me, which was really brought by my journey of self-love and getting to understand what self-love is for me and how I got to really break it down, how I got to live it. So today it's also another story sharing day. But firstly, I really thank you for being safe and following the measures that have been put in place for our safety and our health. So firstly, self-love. That has been a question for me. I think I've misunderstood, not even misunderstood, I just didn't know what it is. I just didn't understand what self-love was. And I got to understand for myself. But the only thing I knew about self-love or understood about self-love for me was probably staying clean, looking good, smelling great. And those were the only things. But I knew there was more to it. And for some reason, I knew that it was going to save my life. It was going to bring me more peace. It was going to bring me more understanding and contentment in my life. So I think the first time it really hit me on whether I'm loving myself or not was on an incident. And I talk about this story and I share this story every time I have an opportunity to speak in front of people. And thank you for those who've given me that opportunity. So I share this story because it was an awakening for me to really understand what it is, amongst many other things. So this story was about me going to buy cake and somebody else's favorite cake. So this particular person really loved, one of the cakes they really loved was red velvet cake. So I went on, this bakery, it's a beautiful bakery, it's absolutely beautiful bakery, not too far from me. There's beautiful pastel colors going on, vintage. I'm a fan of vintage. So I rushed to this bakery because they were closing early, like at 4:30. So I left work early. I remember that day. I left about 4:45, 3:30. I don't remember, because I had to make it on time to pick this person's cupcakes. Because if this person did not get their cupcakes, it'll make me look like a bad person. So I went on, got to the store. As I was about to buy these cupcakes, it hit me so hard. I sat there and reflected on the way I got to order these cupcakes and the way I got to even get these cupcakes. I called in, I visited the bakery before to make this order. I told them exactly what it is I wanted. I arranged time to go pick up these cupcakes. I left work early to go pick up these cupcakes. I made sure this was absolutely perfect. I did everything I could to make sure that I get to this point where I'm about to purchase these cupcakes. And I thought to myself, Hoshi, you've never done anything like this for yourself. You've never paid this much attention to yourself in any way. You have never really not been bothered about spending money like this on yourself. And I wasn't bothered at that time to buy those cupcakes. And I thought, no. And not that there's nothing wrong with getting someone a cupcake or getting somebody a gift. But I said to myself, I'm not walking out of the store. The first purchase of these cupcakes is going to be for me first. I bought my dozen, I bought a friend of mine's dozen, and lastly, I bought for this person this dozen cupcakes because I had promised them for their birthdays. I like to promise people stuff. I don't know why. But it hit me really hard because at that time, I didn't even know what kind of flavor cake I really, really enjoyed and I really, really liked. A lot of us really go out of our way, and I'll talk about birthdays, to save up money even. I've done it, to save up money even to make sure that, sorry about that, to make sure that this person is really excited about what they get and to make sure that this person is really happy. But at that particular time, and there's nothing wrong with that, but not a lot of us will save up money and get us our favorite things. We hardly even know what it is, or even when we know, we cringe at the thought of separating from money or separating from whatever it is, time for ourselves and for the things that we want. So that really hit me hard. So I think that was the first time I understood and I really started committing to myself. I really started finding out what it is that was important to me, which was important because if I found myself in a happy place, I would gladly do the other things. I would not be doing these things to be accepted. I would not be doing these things to be loved or to be valued or to be important or to be remembered by other people or to fit in. I'll do it because I want to. And even if it wasn't given back to me, I would be okay with it. So that was my first encounter of really questioning myself of whether I was loving myself or not. And there's really nothing wrong with getting gifts for people you care about or people you love or people who want to show love to. It's when you can't do it for yourself that it becomes it becomes really serious. It's really when you can't do it for yourself that it becomes questionable about what you feel about you, what you think about you, and if you truly love who you are. And you love you regardless of whether anybody else is showing affection for that or not. So that is my story for today, and I hope it spoke to your life or your moment. And thank you for giving me an ear. I will see you next week, Tuesday. And remember to sanitize, keep safe, keep healthy, and keep clean.